Hi, I'm Puneet, and I do have a personalized question, and I think it might lie in the interest of the others as well. Um, I have, I've been here in a corporate for almost 3 years, not exactly three, and looking back at my profile and the things that I have accomplished in my life, I'm from a small town here down south, and I've made the most of the opportunities that I've had in my life. I've been my head boy. I've been the head boy of my school that I've been in. I've headed the sports community there. I've conducted several workshops in my college. And even in my area of employment, even in my corporate, I've shown places and instances where I've headed few problems. I've leaded the team, and I do have the certifications for that. But taking into the largest spectrum, coming out of that, I see myself competing against people who have experience of over 10 years, who have headed a team, who have leaded a team, people who have had tryouts for the nationals. I just had a word with an ISP alum, and he was, he was a national tryout, and they have their own startups. They have much more in their profile. And the profile that I have, I don't think it is that much that can be competed against them. But taking into places where you can head up and you can lead, maybe in that way I can probably compete against them. So what do you think that I should do, or a person who has a normal profile, how do you showcase that? How do you make that, eligible to compete with the top B schools, to have a chance, to have a shot at that?
A very good question, Puneet, because this is something that comes up often in our discussion with admissions officers, that there's a guy from IIT, average guy, he just got into IIT, that's his achievement, but he didn't do well there, or he did decently well there. And then there's this guy who has excelled, like you say, you come from a background, a rural background, you didn't grow up in Bangalore perhaps, and there's this guy who is perhaps the first to go to college in his generation. He made the best use of the opportunities he got, and he is where he is, but then he could only reach a certain stage because he didn't have a head start. So the idea is, and the answer is, be yourself, because you have a story to tell. So you've done things, and coming back to the other part of your question, that you're competing with people with 8 years, 10 years, you're not. So as Mr. Kannan stated earlier, the categories are different, the parameters are different. So when schools assess someone with 3 years of experience and someone with 10 years of experience, what they're looking for is different. So you will be compared to people with 3 years of experience. Have you made the best use of 3 years that you've got? You say yes, then you are eligible for a top school. Show them the 3 parameters or the couple of parameters that we discussed. It's okay if you're not the best among the peer group. There are enough seats in the class. If you are someone they really want in the class, if you have a story to tell, they will be interested.
And one more thing. The worst thing that you can do is undermine yourself, which is what I hear you saying. That's the worst thing that you can do. You seem to have some fairly good credentials to your name. Why do you think that is inferior to somebody else's? Okay? So first learn to not undermine yourself. Put your best foot forward, things will work.